Well, let me ask you then, what do you wish that others knew about you?
Um, Boy, that's hard. Um,
Yeah, especially for
Only in that I feel like I'm a pretty open book. Um, I probably I get told quite a bit that I share too much in my painting classes. When my students meet Wendy, like, oh yeah, I know all about you. Um, what do I wish people knew about me? I'm insatiably curious. And it's creativity, yes, art, yes, but it can be, I'm constantly reading, I'm constantly looking at new things to learn. YouTube is the best thing in the world because I've been able to learn about subjects that I never had any access to, and I may never use them, but I'm adding it all the time to in those hours when I'm not sleeping. I'm watching something on something really, really obscure. What would something be I was thinking about the other day? Um, I watch a photographer in California who is currently doing a project called, I think it's formerly Taco Bell. And it's Southern California buildings that used to be chain restaurants that are now something else. And he's shooting them on 2.25 by like 6-inch film. It's a very odd 6 by 17 film format. So he's working in film, I'm a nerd for film.
yeah.
And you add to that, he's got this very esoteric sense of what is beautiful, the ugliness of Southern California, driving down the city streets and finding these old buildings that used to be Pizza Hut and used to be Taco Bell. And I just dig that. And so I'm curious about everything. That was one example, but yeah,
Ah, I love that. And that will inform your art as well, all that curiosity.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think for sure.
Is there a downside to being insatiably curious?
Um, I've been accused in my life of not finishing things because I get very, very into something or like stylistically, I mean, Wendy will fall in love with me, something a style I'm working in, and it might be 3 years before I come back around to it again after the first two paintings that she really, really liked. So it's a little bit of look squirrel kind of mentality. So again, it's if something excites me, I follow it down the rabbit hole.
You're more of a generalist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, just love learning.
Yeah. Same. Do you watch any Zefrank videos?
No.
Zefrank. He does these very humorous videos where a buzzard named Gary is talking. And it's all about weird biology. And he gets videos from biologists and everything and puts together these little irreverent clips about slime mold or crustaceans or whatever. And they're humorous, but you learn so much.
Oh, there's a whole new rabbit hole for me.
Yeah,
Thanks.
and they're short, so you can have a couple a day and the
Okay.
Frank. Yes.
Is it my turn again already?
It is.
Okay. Um, I'm impressed by your ability to ingest the outside world and bring your responses to it into your work, sometimes in subtle and sometimes in obvious ways. Is there a lightening of your emotional load you feel in that act of painting?
Lightning. I don't think it lightens it. I think it's a part of the result of therapy and facing panic is looking at it, staring it down, kind of like you did with the heckler.
Sure.
If I don't dive in and look at it, it's gonna haunt me.
Okay.
So it actually increases the load, but in a cathartic way that allows me to digest it.
Yeah, get in and process it. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And I think there's I don't know about you, but for me, there's this sense of responsibility for creatives to address it, some of it.
Yeah, in these days you kind of have to, you know, um, standing up to what's going on takes many, many, many forms, and it can be very subtle. But I think you and I had an exchange about this, just the act of allowing other people to paint and to step away from it is a form of that. That's been a gift to me, to be able to have, these 2 and 3 hour sessions every week with people that allow them to forget, leave all that stuff at the outside of the studio and come in and just, I really, I'm so charged up by being the gift of being allowed to help people learn, that it helps me get through all that stuff.
You're giving them a safe harbor in the storm, for
I
sure.
am. It wasn't the purpose, but it's certainly turned into that.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. Wow. So I'm going to be thinking about it the next time I paint something controversial, whether or not it's lightening the load. I don't think so, especially because there's a lot of, I won't call them hecklers, but opinionated people when I put it out there.
Right.
Yeah.
Um, I think you're right, though. Just the act, being aware of it in and of itself, instead of it being just background noise that you can't put a finger on, even that, while it might not be lightning, has its benefits.
Yeah. It
Okay.
does. It's giving my emotional digestion the enzymes it needs to process.
Okay.
It helps me avoid getting an emotional ulcer.
Well, aren't they all emotional?